Hey! So, Harlow May, you're lots of fun, aren't you? Oh, and oh. Oh. And you're so cuties, aren't you? Woo! Oh. Oh. Hi friends, and thank you for clicking on my video. Welcome to my channel. That feels super weird to say. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Ruth. I am married to Shane. I've been married for 2 years. I'm 23 and we have a 10.5-month-old little girl called Harlow May. We live in Dublin, Ireland. And yeah, I've wanted to do a YouTube channel for maybe a year or two. Even like when I was like 16 or 17. I remember really wanting to start one up, but I was like, what am I going to talk about? What if I get slagged? What if it doesn't work out? But I think now I'm at a space in my life where I've gone through a lot of changes and new life choices in the last 3 years. So yeah, I just wanted to set up a channel and kind of talk a little bit about that and talk about my experience through pregnancy, my experience through having a baby, labor and stuff, and then living with a baby and daily life with a baby now. Funny enough, when I put up on Instagram for people to ask me questions, a lot of them were related to having a kid, pregnancy, being married, young, all this type of stuff. I got a good few, so I'm going to try to answer as many as possible. Then there's a few questions that I feel like I could probably talk about in a separate video and just devote that whole video to that. So yeah, I might do that at a later stage. Yeah, I'll start the questions. Do you have any pet peeves? Pet peeve of mine would be when people make those, when they're trying to get rid of phlegm in their throat, so they do the and they do, not that noise, that's a vomiting noise. When they do the that gets to me so bad. If you need to blow your nose or something, blow it. Don't make that noise. It gets to me. How did you meet Shane? I met Shane 4 years ago. I was in the city centre having coffee with one of my friends, and my cousin texted me and asked if we want to go hang out and get coffee. And that was my first time chatting to Shane, and we got along really, really well, I thought, and chatted for 2.5 hours or 3 hours. Bumped into each other at a few social events, and then we started dating. And yeah. How did you feel when you found out you were pregnant? We got married in the April, and then I found out I was pregnant in the October. So that's 6 months, 5 months-ish. So we weren't intentionally trying to have a baby. We kind of had a plan of having a baby 5 years from when we got married. I went to the hairdressers and I felt really, really nauseous. And then the next morning I went and I got a pregnancy test from the pharmacy and went home and took it, and within 2 seconds it came up to 2 lines. And yeah, I was shocked. I remember then calling Shane because Shane was away on a business trip that weekend, and we were both in shock. But yeah, I wouldn't change for the world. It's amazing now, but when those 2 lines come up in a pregnancy test, nothing can compare you for that moment. How did you cope with being married and a mum so young? Asking for a friend. When we got married, it's one thing getting to know someone when you're dating and you're sharing so much about yourself and stuff, and then when you move in together, it's totally different, and you feel like you know everything about that person before you get married and you move in. Before you move in with somebody, and then when you move in, you're constantly around each other, you see each other's high points and low points, and it's totally different. But to be honest, I struggled maybe a month into getting married. I struggled big time for a while because I was so used to living at home. But yeah, when I had officially moved out for good, that was huge for me. And Shane had got his new job in St. Catherine's, so I'd moved from my family church to St. Catherine's. So all of that was huge changes for me. So yeah, it was tough, but I was super, super blessed to have such supportive family members and friends to help me through that process. Finding out that I was gonna have Harlow May just changed my life, and it made me want to strive to do better as a person. It was tough. It was tough. And a lot of family members saying, are you sure you want to get married young, blah, blah, blah. And they're just looking out for us. Once you work together as a team and you make plans and you talk about things together, communication is so key, then it's always gonna be okay. What's been a high and a low of COVID-19? A high for me would be, I've loved being around Harlow May 24/7 as well. Although it has its tough days, it's really amazing to just see her develop over the past few weeks. So that's been really, really nice. Low would be just hanging out with friends and family. We're really, really close to our family members. And Harlow May, normally when I'm in work, sees her granny and granddad, my parents, once a week. She sees her great granny once a week. She sees Shane's mum, her other granny, once a week. So she's constantly around family, and she loves, you know, the attention, and loves going to different people and stuff, and loves going to church on Sundays and just like dancing and stuff to the music. So that's been really tough. That's been the low for me. One main good thing which surprised you in pregnancy. The thing that really surprised me was how supportive people were. I know that might sound silly to some, but I kind of was thinking when we found out we were pregnant, I was like, gosh, people are going to think like we're insane, you know, like we're so young, we just got married a few months ago, we're having a baby, like people are going to think we're bonkers. People were so supportive and so helpful, and we have like a few friends that are midwives and nurses, and they were my saving grace. There were so many times that like if I had a certain symptom, I just like message them and be like, hey, question, I'm feeling this, is this normal? And they would just be like, yeah, no worries, like, you know, that's fine, or maybe you should go to the hospital. That was just such a lifesaver. So thank you to all those people. Yeah, like people were so supportive and helpful, and oh, it was just great. What's it like being a mum? Being a mum is amazing. I always wanted to be a mum. I love it. It's just like you constantly have a little friend with you all the time, and it's just amazing to just see her like grow up every day and like develop and stuff. And even now we look at photos of her from a newborn till now, and we're like, it's just crazy to see the differences. But I love it. Yeah, it's great. How do you make sure you get time to yourself? I'm trying to, in the mornings when she takes her first nap of the day, do like a 30-minute workout, which obviously I do not do every day. And then the second nap of the day, journal and, you know, listen to a podcast or watch a video or whatever that I really wanted to. So excited for this. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? 10 years from now, Harlow May will be 10. I think I would love to have had all my kids or adopted kids or whatever, like have my family kind of part of life done. I would love to have lived in at least 1 or 2 other places. Yeah, just enjoying life and, you know, being happy and healthy. What's the hardest part of being a mum that no one talks about? Sleepless nights. That was really tough. So people might not know that. Yeah, they're really cute and cuddly, but they're human beings, and they're growing teeth, and you know, like there can be a lot of sleepless nights, and just to be prepared for that. Not a lot of people talk about like postpartum stuff or your body afterwards, and I think I still am kind of struggling with that. And of course, look, I could be working out more, and I could be more disciplined with all that stuff, but I really struggled after with my body and how my body had changed, and yeah, how different areas just looked different. Like nothing really looks exactly the way it was before. So a lot of people don't really talk about that, and that's been tough for me to, you know, get used to. So I had 2 questions. Were you nervous about giving birth, and is giving birth as bad as it seems? Not really. I watched a lot of videos on giving birth, labor, C-sections, epidurals, aftercare, all this type of stuff. I feel like I do better if I have an idea of what may happen or what to expect. So I watched a lot of in-depth videos on labor and different people's labor, because obviously every woman is different. So I watched a lot of videos on that. And I think I did better for that. I think that's why I wasn't freaking out about it. Like when people say it's kind of like period cramps, unless I'm a wimp, and you know what, I probably am a wimp, but it doesn't, it's a little bit more intense than period cramps. But you kind of forget about it once it's all done. Would you like more kids? Yes. Settle for four max. I always said I'd love to have my kids close in age, maybe 2 years apart, 1 to 2 years apart. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. I hope that you got a few answers that you wanted. Obviously I just wanted you guys to get to know me a little bit more. But yes, if you would like to see more videos related to being a mom, being married, living in Ireland and stuff, please subscribe. You can like and you can share and comment. That would be amazing. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you found it entertaining for 10 minutes of your day, 11 minutes of your day. And yes, I shall chat to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.